The monarch butterfly may be the most familiar butterfly in North America. It is considered an iconic pollinator species. The name monarch is believed to be given in honor of King William III of England, whose secondary title, Prince of Orange, makes a reference to the butterfly's main color. The upper side of a male monarch is bright orange with wide black borders and black veins. The upper side of a female monarch is orange-brown with a wide black borders and blurred black veins. Both sexes have white spots on the borders and apex. Monarch butterflies have a wingspan of about 3 3/8 to 4 7/8 inches long. Monarchs flap their wings about 5 to 12 times a second, which is about 300 to 720 times a minute. Monarchs from eastern North America have larger and more angular forewings than those in the western population. There is one variation of white monarch observed in Australia, New Zealand, Indonesia, and the United States. It is grayish-white in all areas of its wings that are normally orange, and it's only about 1% or less of all monarchs. But populations as high as 10% exist on Oahu in Hawaii. Monarchs range from southern Canada south through the United States, Central America, and most of South America. Monarch butterflies are also present in Hawaii, Australia, and the Pacific Islands. An adult butterfly emerges after about 2 weeks as a chrysalis and hangs upside down for a few hours until its wings are dry. Fluids are pumped into the wings and they expand, dry, and stiffen. The monarch expands and retracts its wings, and once conditions allow, it then flies and feeds on a variety of nectar plants. Monarchs feed mostly on nectar from milkweeds. Early in the season, before milkweeds bloom, monarchs visit a variety of flowers like lilac, red clover, and thistles. Monarchs can be found in open habitats including fields, meadows, marshes, and along roadsides. The adult female monarch butterfly lays tiny eggs covered with a sticky substance on the underside of milkweed leaves, which are extremely toxic. One female monarch butterfly can lay an average of 300 to 500 eggs in the wild. Captive monarch butterflies average about 700 eggs per female. Monarch females usually lay a single egg on a milkweed plant, often at the bottom of a leaf near the top of the plant. Eggs are only about the size of a pencil tip and are off-white or yellow, characterized by longitudinal ridges that run from the tip to the base. The caterpillar hatches from its eggs several days later and survives on these toxic milkweed leaves. Once the monarch butterfly is hatched, it only lives about 2 to 6 weeks. The monarch caterpillar and adult butterfly retain the poison from the milkweed leaves in its body, in this way protecting it from being eaten by predators. Caterpillars feed on milkweeds that contain poisons that are distasteful to birds and predators. After tasting a monarch, a predator learns to associate the bright warning colors of the adult or caterpillar with an unpleasant meal and avoid eating monarchs in the future. Every spring, adult monarch butterflies head north from their winter homes in the south and return in the fall. Monarchs make this journey each year, migrating between Canada and Mexico. These monarchs return each winter and roost in the hills of Michoacan, Mexico, where they gather by the millions, a journey of some 2,000 to 3,000 miles each way. Monarch butterflies travel as much as 100 miles a day during its 300-mile southern migration. During this trip, each butterfly relies on a huge volume of food it ate when it was a caterpillar for fuel. Monarchs smell with their antennae. Nectar and water are tasted by the sensory hairs on the legs and feet. These sensory organs help monarchs find milkweed to lay their eggs on. Monarch butterflies cannot bite and drink through a long tongue called a proboscis that works like an eyedropper drawing up nectar. Like a retractable garden hose, its tongue coils up under its lower lip when not being used. The monarch caterpillar is a voracious eater, and they can gain about 2,700 times their original weight. Monarchs have to consume a lot of food in a short amount of time in order to have enough food stored to go through metamorphosis. Monarchs literally outgrow their skin 5 times before they find a place to pupate. Monarch butterflies have metallic-looking spots on their pupae. Nobody really knows why, but one reason for this might be for camouflage. The golden studs might make them look like dewdrops on leaves. Another reason might be for a warning, to deter predators. Or they might not have any function, but just be the result of something else in the cuticle of the insect. Monarch and viceroy butterflies utilize mimicry in order to mutually co-mimic each other's appearance and warn predators that they are toxic. Monarch butterflies view the world through a tetrachromatic system. Like humans, their retina absorbs light at different wavelengths. Unlike humans, they can see in the ultraviolet range. This may allow the butterflies the ability to detect ultraviolet polarized skylight in order to orient themselves with the sun during their long migratory flights. This ability to distinguish colors based on their wavelength only and not based on intensity is called true color vision. This helps the monarch in many ways. Monarch butterflies can also remember certain colors. Researchers have found that these insects can easily learn to associate color and, to a lesser extent, shape with sugary food rewards. An overwintering monarch typically lives from about 7 to 8 months, compared to other generations that only live 2 to 6 weeks. During the summer breeding season, monarchs live for only about 2 to 6 weeks, but the monarchs that migrate to Mexico in the fall are different. They are born in late summer, stay alive all winter, and migrate north the following spring. According to folklore, early migration of the monarch butterfly is one of the 20 signs of a hard winter ahead. Sadly, monarch butterflies are headed to extinction. To try to save them, wildlife organizations are working together to grow milkweed and other butterfly-friendly plants along the monarch's main migration route from Minnesota to Mexico.